Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. I have a different subject today. You know how everybody's been talking about Iran, Iraq, and for us what the U.S. military is going to do. They're not getting involved in their war. Okay, the United States government just plan on trying to keep shit down. So cause bullshit travels for real. Sometimes, and they just trying to see if anybody got any missiles and that type stuff. You know, that's what they doing. They don't plan to send our soldiers really to be on feet to get involved. They're just trying to keep stuff down. Yeah, because we have no idea what they're fighting over. I hope it's nothing like Putin was doing over some damn property. You know, trying to tell the other people who they could be friends with. That's what their stuff was about. No, you will not be friends with them, Putin said. And you're going to give us some of your property. That's what their war was about. What Iran, Iraq, them on now. But you know what's so wild? These are not the first time that this stuff had happened. Now, I am the queen of the bar. It's been known since I was a little girl. And a lot of stories went out that were not true and all type stuff. Okay? And to where they made those stories about my mom and dad now. You know. But let me get to the point. I'm searching on social media. I'm looking at stuff. And they show a prior video. It's old. Because, see, this is not the first time that Iran and Iraq now been had this situation. It's not the first time. Yeah, it's not the first time. So they were showing videos, clips of my airport in Dubai. Now, I haven't been there since the 80s. I am the queen for real. You know, all the children all over the world have been taught that I am the queen of Dubai. I've been in books and stuff for the longest. I need to upgrade a picture of me, but But the point is that when these other countries call themselves going to war and all this stuff, especially Iran and Iraq, why do those people from Iran and Iraq run to Dubai? Why? Over 20,000 people, again, ran to my country of Dubai, which is not part of UAE. That's my flag I created. But the thing is that Dubai is its own place. It's its own country, its own entity. Okay? All them people from, not all of them, because if all of them ran there, they won't be talking about nothing on there. But everybody seems to run to my country when trouble is a right. You understand what I'm saying? But it still don't mean it's all good. I just feel there's something fishy about all that. Some Larry Merkin. Something Larry is murking. Because, see, last time it happened, we had to rebuild Dubai Airport. You see what I'm saying? How memories always come back. They always jog through your memory like, hey, hold up. And we were not even finished building the airport at that time. So I'm just getting that gut feeling it's something else again. The same way America. Like I told them, they need to put the truth out there on the news. And I had to bring this up. When my mom and dad died, they put pictures of two other people, 5, 6 kids, But use my mom and daddy name. That's why my grandma, my great granny and them didn't even know they was dead. And they ain't know where I was at either. And we don't know who the hell them kids was. My family didn't know. Well, you know. But let me get to the point of my country. Something is eerie. I told you all when I built my country from the soil, from the grit up. Nobody had ever lived there before. There was never any war, famine, or anything. I built. I built that. You know? Every design structure, everything I drew. Told them what materials to get, all this type of stuff. They did it. Now we have some people that came to the United States lawfully. They didn't cause any problems, but it was other people around them that were. And these people were not from the same country. Now I'm bringing this up for a reason. Because some of them began to be assholes and call themselves trying to take over stuff that belong to me in America. See all this tagging together? You know how they used to be, they be so boldful on here saying how America's stupid and all this other stuff. You know, that all countries be talking about each other. You know? Well, we got a lot of people in Illinois and all these other places are in my hotels. I don't know who those people are. And like the United States government owe me money. Oh, they owe me a lot of money. That's why it was so hard to get a warrant for all these people who said they purchased hotel property from me and all this other stuff. With what money? And who the hell are y'all? And you didn't have that type of cash? Who are you all? And all this stuff started with Perina and Sanel, who own my property in Fairview Heights, Illinois, which I removed numerous times. I don't know exactly what country they from, but they've been problems ever since I met them in the late 70s, early 80s. I met them because they was pimping their little girls. Hey, you want a job? That's me. You want a job? And I hired them to be, you know, housekeepers and all that type of stuff. Because I had, the property they own is mine. It's called French Village, but it's cabins. They're cabins. And you know, park your car up in there and everything. But it's been them. Even they was following me down here in Florida. Oh, we know people everywhere. Watch this. Watch this. I'm talking about they talking a bunch of shit. That's how fuck you and your husbands. Quit cuss for they stop it. We done got into a verbally so many times. Even had to beat her husband up. He maced my little girl when she was like 7 years old. Hold up. Y'all need to go. Don't be knocking on this door. You don't tell my daughter what. Yeah, that's how it went down. This is my place of business. First of all, y'all can get out. Yeah, but I beat them up. So now, they out here running around doctors' offices doing stuff they had no business doing. So what they doing is leaving a trail. Or they bull crap. Because how did they even know I was going to be at the doctor's that day? Doctor's office that day. They got talking about who they know and all this other stuff, and they everywhere, and you know, oh, they talking big stuff. Yeah. So it's not hard to tie it together because people, they're calling each other, giving each other money, and all type stuff. You know, no matter what a wire transfer go through, it go through. Whether you go to a currency exchange or a bank, there's only two ways you can do it. Or you go to Walmart, you know, places like that. Use MoneyGram, and you know, the list goes on and on. But it's all traceable. It's all traceable. But that not so much all targeting me. They just don't care about nothing. Even to when I fired them the first time, the housing authority in East St. Louis, Illinois, gave them a project. They know when you move in the projects, it come with stove and refrigerator and all that. And they gave them, because had nobody lived in that unit in a while, they gave them brand new stove, brand new refrigerator. And at that time in East St. Louis, Illinois, the welfare office, if you don't have like beds and kitchen tables, set furniture, they give you all that stuff for the first time. Whatever is available, at this place called Phase Furniture. Phase Furniture sell used and new furniture. Okay, as long as it's within that voucher, how much you can use. So so they end up with beds. I got all the stuff delivered. I did all that stuff. People call me like 2 or 3 days later. They're like, "Them folks crazy. They selling everything, even their kids stuff." I say, "What?" I'll be there when I get off work because I worked right at the hospital, not too far away. I come, everything gone. Everything is gone. And the kids was laying on the floor with their jackets on them. They've been on bullcrap the whole time. And I'm trying to figure out why in the world immigration ain't got them yet. I had already complained about this stuff when William Clinton, and Hillary, Hillary's husband, when he was in office, he checked everything out and was mad as hell too. So they had to regroup immigration. That's why I was telling people, don't worry about that stuff in Minnesota. Yeah. Sometimes you gotta start hysteria and a lie somewhere else to catch everybody else up. It wasn't all about Hispanic people and Latinos and people from, it was about them. And how some of them still remained in the United States after they couldn't even pass the test. Their visas and green cards, whatever they, had already expired. They supposed to have been gone. Or they was trying to get all slick and get people where they from to work United States jobs and all that. I'll be incidentally sometime. Like I said, I'll be looking at one thing and I'll bust a whole crew out like them. And the only thing I did was offer them a job. No. That's all I did. Just offer them a job. And they whole little crew over with. I'm so serious. That's why some of them, they be going on. So I'm like, they are not Arabs. For one. I don't know who those people are. Where they from. I opened one of my BP gas stations. A new gas station on a 1700 block of Missouri Avenue. I go in there, got my keys. They just rushing in my computers. I'm talking about they knew passcodes, everything. Talking about the government ain't told you to do no shit like that. Government don't own my gas station. Only thing the government do is monitor my stuff to make sure that it's safe for patrons to come on the property and get. I already went there. Who are you all? Who are you all? Who gave y'all information to do anything on my property? Then I caught some other schemes that was going on. Popped off Illinois State Lottery. I told them up. Told some other FBI agents up. I hate the fact when you call the 1-800 number for the FBI and they tell you it will not show no, as they will not take the case or look into it, whatever the actual wordage is, verbiage. It'll say without no demonstrator report. Hold up. What the hell you mean by that? When somebody calling in trying to get some information to support, they give you what they give. They ain't got to keep going out here seeking more information, making it seem like that's your job to catch that person or something. You see what I'm saying? You just saying, hey, you might know their name, address, what the crime is, and get them a lot of detail. What the hell they mean they telling the public when you call in? Demonstrate. What the hell you do? You ask me, they're going to put y'all on payroll. Where you can fill out the application and damn shit. Some of this stuff is so wild. I complain about a lot of stuff too. They're not. A lot of people be affected by a lot of stuff and they don't realize that. And I kept telling them what affects me affects everybody. I said, y'all realizing what I own in the United States. And a lot of people got caught up doing extended stuff that I didn't never sign off on. I'm talking about some of the most stupidest stuff. You know, why would I have a Walmart? Let me tell you, in St. Louis, somebody built a Walmart that I didn't approve of. When I went in there, that Walmart was the same size of one of my Family Dollars. Come on now. Told them to sell everything out, no more orders, shut it down. I said I could turn it to a Family Dollar or something, or a Dollar General. It was that small. Who did that? It was a lot of stuff that I did not approve. I would have not approved of anything like that. You know? People. Yeah. So anyway, I just want you all to be aware that I'm aware. Pay attention. Some things you look at is not what it seems. It's not the fact of being nosy or somebody telling you to play superhero. Just pay attention. Especially where you live or, family, wherever, Because I told you all, now you realize why a lot of people be mad that's employed by me too. And I'm sitting here been going through stuff for a while trying to clear up stuff. Now I done did stuff with my younger kids, They all grown. All my children are adults now. But I didn't even get a chance to do with my younger children like I used to do with my old kids. They never enjoyed a proper vacation. They never, they looked at nice, had stuff. They went to school and, we go certain places, but not the full intentions that I have. Yeah. But that's all right. They all are, So I'm going to leave it there. My kids know I exist. Love them. And everything I do for them too. That's my first agenda. I'm going to make it happen for them. Man. Everybody asks me, why do you work? You got this, you got that. Because I could do it. I had no problem with being a doctor. I had no problem with being an attorney or a judge and working for the U.S. Marshals and FBI. I was a mayor and town manager and, I done held good positions in society. And I was already well known. And I make moves and I make stuff happen and I clean it up. People just didn't know how to maintain and they really just didn't give a damn. But that's how life goes. It just didn't make no sense. So when y'all go to these stores and these places and these people giving you hey, remember the date, the time they was there, you got your phone, record their asses. Immigration back. Yeah. Just keep reporting it. Yeah, I own BP gas stations, Shell's gas stations. I have McClark gas station. Y'all ever heard that man Benzino that be on social media with his daughter Car? I had been knowing him for a while. This man done forged papers and sold my Clark gas station. I don't even know how that transaction went down. His name wasn't on nothing that belonged to me. Nothing. And the person that bought it changed it to St. Louis Petroleum. Hold up. What you doing? But I shut it down. I shut all that down. I shut everything down. You know. My other gas stations I had around. Not only when I told them to tear it down. Excuse me. I took everything away. I said, if somebody gonna build, they gonna start from scratch. I tore the buildings down. I took the tanks off the ground. Everything. You know, I'm tired. You know, just tired of the bull crap. All this mouthy stuff, all this old crazy stuff. Mm-hmm. Yeah. The stuff was never over with. That's why they see everything falling and failing. Their utilities going up, everything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I own the utility companies in that area in Illinois and Missouri. I own the gas and electric companies. I set up there and made stuff better. We had to keep testing everything so people can get better usage for their watts and, so stuff can be cheaper. Better mechanisms and all that type of stuff. These people acting an ass. I have nothing to do with that. They grown. They do what the hell they want to do with their kids. I just said, Lord, God, don't leave me and mine alone. For real. We weren't studying them in the first place. Didn't give a flying foozy. And didn't know your business because I didn't know you or what's in your business, That'd be the whole thing. Don't even be studying nobody. My face took all swole already. What it is. Okay.